Hey guys, how are we doing? Welcome to the chat show here on SURVIVE Pattaya, and to today's discussion, and this is 10 top tips to make sure you get the best out of your holiday and things to avoid doing. I get questions all the time about, Trev, should I do this? What do I do about that? How do I do this? How do I do that? So I thought, well, let's wrap some of these common questions up and let's bring it into a video and give you some ideas to, things that you want to consider that maybe, just maybe, we take for granted or we just don't expect. And like I say, I don't like doing these kind of videos because the common theme is quite negative. But at the end of the day, and I'm sure you guys out there will vouch for me, if I took you back to London, a lot of what I'm going to go through today is relevant to some of the streets in London, and I'm sure around New York and, all the Bronx and all these different areas around the world, we all have it. So please don't think, well, I'm not going there, it's all this and this. At the end of the day, it's the same in many, many places around the world. However, if you keep yourself street smart and you keep yourself ahead of the game as such, well, then you're in for a good time. Now, don't worry, we're not going to spend 25 minutes looking at this. I know it's not too pretty for you, so what we will do is once I start, we'll put some overlays of just recent stuff that's going on, ramblings around, just wandering around, so just to avoid having a look at my beautiful, beautiful face. Well, the only person who ever said my face was beautiful, that's my mum. But that only lasted when I was just a baby. After I started growing up, she's like, oh my Lord. Anyway, never enough. Right, so let's get started then. So number one is cash. So, you come out here on holiday, some people do want to bring large amounts of money. And of course, carrying large amounts of money around is not ideally the best thing to do. What I suggest you do, if you have to bring large amounts of money, check out the safe where you're staying. A lot of places will have reception safes and they're dual keys. So in other words, you get a key, the reception staff have a key, and it limits the opportunity for your safe to be tampered with, particularly if you're using your room safe. These room safes, I'm sure over your years of traveling around, you'll have had situations where they need to open the safe for you because you forgot the password or whatever. They really are very simple to manipulate by the staff because they understand how these things work. So what are your options? Well, when you come out here, a lot of the time you can pay by card. You can also use your phone. You can do the old QR code scan, and you can pay that way. And it really is quite simple. And a lot of people have been saying, and please guys, if you can recommend a card where you can load the card with cash back in your home country and come out here and you've had experience of using it out here, please share that. It's vital information. It helps everybody have a great time and it avoids the situation I'm talking about right now. Now, if you are stuck and you still got to bring cash and you still don't want to use your hotel safe because you're not happy with it, go to the yellow TT exchange booth. There's two on Second Road and they have safety deposit boxes where you can secure your money in there. I think they're about 300 baht a week, something crazy like that, or 800 baht for the month. It's not a lot of money, but at least it gives you the opportunity to put your money out of harm's way. And as well, don't forget, if you've been out drinking a lot, you might have spent a bit more money, or you might have picked up some money you didn't realize you picked up, and suddenly when you wake up in the morning you think, hang on, that's not right. It just brings this cloud of doubt over the scenario that you're looking at. Whereas if you can try and keep it on your card, well, then that's nice and easy. If you can't and you're going to use money, put it into a dual safe down in reception. And if that's not an option, go to somewhere, like I say, like the TT exchanges, where they'll offer you security boxes that will keep your money safe. Number two, jewelry. I see so many people come over here and they wear these big gold chains, nice gold bracelets, expensive watches. And, listen, each unto your own. I'm not criticizing you for doing it, but I would just point out one thing. And although having said what I'm about to say, it hasn't happened a huge amount lately, not in like it used to. But, if you're wearing a big gold chain, that chain might be the equivalent of someone's annual salary. And if you're on a motorbike, in particular if you're on the back of a taxi, it doesn't take a lot for someone to ride past and quickly snatch the chain and ride off. I had it happen to me years ago with my girlfriend. We were riding down Soi Siam country and two guys rode past on their bike and they actually snatched my girlfriend's gold chain and sped off. Unfortunately, we couldn't do nothing about it because we had my children, one on her bike and one on my bike. So it's just a situation that you should be aware of. We take it for granted where we live mostly that you can just, you walk around. Listen, no one's ever going to think of doing that. But out here, remember, you know, the cost of living out here for the people that live here compared to their salaries, maybe, just maybe, you know, there are some temptations there that might get the better of them, particularly if you're walking around like B.A. Baracus and, you know, you got all the gold around it. Here's the question, what series was B.A. Baracus from? If I asked Ian, he wouldn't have a clue, but anyway, there you are. But the point being, guys, is, you know, for your own safety, and also it might be sentimental value. You know, you might have a gold chain that was passed down through your family or something like that, that, you know, maybe it was a particularly special point in your life where someone's given you a nice gold chain or a bracelet or a watch. You know, please, guys, just be very, very careful wearing them. I'm not saying don't, but if you're walking around in a string, you know, in a vest, you've got you know, a very expensive gold chain, you are, whether you like it or not, but and not just here, around the world, you are putting yourself in a possible situation that may not work out too well for you. Number 3, and this one is more for the newbies, I think. If you've not been out here before, you are going to encounter ladyboys. Okay, it's part and package of the city here. It's a very open-minded city where people just accept whatever it is whatever it is. So, you know, maybe back home, if you was to come across a ladyboy, you might think, whoa, hang on, what's all that about? Out here, it's just normal, you know, it really is just normal. However, if you are accosted by a ladyboy and she comes and says, hello, and, you know, she wants to get a bit friendly with you, please be respectful, because underneath the exterior, the interior is that they grew up as a young boy, they will have gone to Muay Thai camps and all these other things, and they will kick the crap out of you. So just be very, very careful how you interact with them. And please just be respectful. You know, if it's not your thing, say, oh, I'm okay, thank you, but just keep walking. Don't stop, keep walking. And they will just walk away. You know, they'll be like, okay, no problem. They'll just turn around and walk off and that's it, job done. Don't stand there and say, listen, sweet cheeks, I ain't having any of this, you know. It's just not worth it, because at the end of the day, it ain't going to end well. And particularly, again, on Beach Road, there are normally like little clusters of ladyboys. Just be very wary. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I want to paint the pictures that you may not think about, where you might get surrounded by a few ladyboys and, you know, the hands are touching you and all the rest of it, diverting your attention. Remember the gold chain and these kind of things, wallets, you know, they might suddenly go missing. I'm just saying. But please, guys, you know, with the ladyboys, try to be a bit more respectful. If it's not your cup of tea, no dramas. Just say, I'm okay, thank you very much. Just keep walking. If it is your cup of tea, well, dive in, son. You know, have a fun and, you know, crack on. No worries whatsoever. Bar girls, number 4, bar girls. Obviously, you know, these girls are here to earn money, to work, and to make money to support their families 99.9% of the time. And, you know, you go into the bar and they're going to be sitting there waiting for the customer. You walk in, they think, happy days, here we go, let's have a bit of this guy. So when you do sit down with the girls, guys, just keep your wits about you. You know, they're very beautiful ladies and, you know, they are going to tick a lot of your boxes. But don't just, you know, don't let your tongue roll out and drop down onto your chest and give it, oh my God, she's amazing, I believe everything she says. You know, you're going to get the question like, how long have you worked here? And you're going to say, oh, how long have you worked here? Oh, I just started this week. And she speaks fluent English. Think about it, guys. And, you know, if you do want to do the undying love, remember the 3-day rule, because whether we like it or not, and I've known so many people, myself included, so many people that fall into this trap, when you start spending more time with these girls, emotions do creep in. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, the fact of the matter is that emotions start creeping in. And the minute the emotions are involved, then comes out the, oh, I just had a phone call from my mum. The buffaloes died for the 9th time. I don't know what to do. Could you help me out, please? And you being a kind-hearted person with a bit of wedge in your pocket and all the rest of it, think to yourself, do you know what? It's only a few thousand. Like, yeah, go on here. I'll help you out. And trust me, you know, you are effectively and quite, you know, most likely being taken for a ride. And the same with, like, you know, if you do get into this situation of sponsoring, don't think they don't have a Thai boyfriend. You know, a lot of these girls do. And you might think, well, how can a Thai boy allow his girlfriend to go out and do what she's doing? Well, don't, you know, let's balance the books. Right, sweetheart, I'm going to go to work now. I'll catch you later. I'm only going to have drinks with customers. I won't do anything else. And he's going, okay. And she's thinking, yeah, right. And then at the other side of the coin, she's saying to you, I don't have a boyfriend, so please can we, you know, have some fun? And then you start getting emotional because you broke the 3-day rule. Next thing you know, you're in a bit of a situation there. So please, guys, you know, when you go and see the bar girls, you know, it's not a problem. You have a great time. but just be on your guard. Don't let your guard down. Don't start getting all loved up and flustered and think to yourself, oh, this is amazing, I've met the love of my life, because you might find out that it's not quite as you would hope for. Number 5, police. There's a big presence of police around here, and they're often doing their roadblocks. Now, if you do hire a motorbike out here, for goodness sake, make sure you have a copy of your passport and a copy of your driving license. Please wear a helmet. Yes, I know I'm saying that to you, but there's a logic in my stupidity in the sense that I do actually know where most of the roadblocks are. But that doesn't make it right, so I am guilty as charged. But my point being is this: when you ride a motorbike out here, there are certain police blocks, and the majority, if you go down Trafficking Road, joining 3rd Road, just by the flyover there, there's a big block there. Normally on 2nd Road, just up before you get to the festival place, there's normally a roadblock there. Down on Beach Road by Soy 9, there's normally a roadblock there. And what they do is they pick areas where you can't pass without actually having to pass them. So when you do get stopped by the police, just be polite, be courteous, smile, say I'm sorry. And even if you've got a tin lid on and you've got your passport or whatever you need, again, it doesn't hurt to be polite. They're only doing their job. I know there's this whole cloud of, oh yeah, it's the old Tea Brigade and all the rest of it. And yes, to a degree, sometimes that situation does occur. But the reality is, be polite, guys, be polite. If you're in another situation where perhaps maybe they need to talk to you about incidents, maybe you've had a situation in the bar or whatever, and they're now being called, remain calm. I know it sounds easier than it is, and I'm sure when alcohol is involved, it's not quite as straightforward, but please, guys, remain calm. The last thing you want to do is be carted off to Soy 9 and spend a night in the clanker there, because it ain't very pretty. Number 6, street vendors. So, you are going to see these guys walking around, and particularly if you land on the beach and they'll prod your foot and wake you up and, mister, you want to buy an elephant, or you want to buy a fruit basket, and they're disrupting your time. Be polite, just ignore them, and they will go away. Don't kick off. But the ones you need to be very careful of, guys, please be very careful. The ones that walk around the bars selling you the watches and the gels and the sunglasses. The watches are fake, okay? They're not walking around selling you an original Gucci watch. It just doesn't happen, guys. They are fake. So please don't think, oh, this is good. And even though it might look nice, and he'll hand it to you and he'll give it to you, the old sales technique, put it in their hand, let them play with it, and it might look nice, and yeah, within a few weeks, maybe it's just broken, it's just a waste of time. So please be very careful. The sunglasses, the Ray-Bans that they sell, I mean, if they spell the word right, they've done well, but they're about as close to a Ray-Ban as I am to Hulk Hogan. So, just please be very, very careful. And the gels. If you want assistance for your nighttime entertainment, go to a pharmacy. A lot of these vendors that sell gels, they're expired, they're out of date, and they will give you headaches, and maybe they won't even do anything for you. So please, guys, with the gels, make sure that you go to an actual pharmacy. And I will shout out, without any connection to them whatsoever, the best pharmacy, in my opinion, is Tim's Pharmacy, which is right next door to the Avenue car park on 2nd Road. Go in there and they will provide you with decent quality gels at very, very good prices. And on that subject, if you do have a recommendation for an area to go to get some enhancements, please drop your comment below, guys. Let's see where you guys go to get it on. All right, next one. Number 7, drinking. A lot of people come out here, maybe it's their one holiday a year, or they're not used to the party environment. Remember, even now at the 2 a.m., the 2 a.m., but even now, right now, there is still places where you can, let's just say, continue if you wish. But if you come out here and you're not a big drinker, guys, please pace yourself. There's nothing worse than someone comes out here that's not a big drinker, suddenly at like 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, he's drinking like he would do, back home, a few beers every hour, without thinking, actually, I'm going to be drinking through till 2, 3 in the morning. Because on that situation, suddenly you're going to get plastered. If you're plastered, you might make mistakes, you might lose your money, you might get involved in the wrong company that you don't want to be involved with, all these kind of things. So please, guys, just take it steady, take it steady. If you're not a big drinker, pace yourself, guys. I know it sounds crazy, And you're probably sitting there thinking, what's he going on about? But I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm being honest. At the end of the day, I've seen a few guys here in some seriously bad states of drunkenness. And, you know, you are vulnerable. You are literally vulnerable to being taken advantage of, as you would be anywhere else in the world. So just, you know, please, with the drinking, just try and pace yourself. Keep within your limitations. Number 8, taxis. Now, taxis. We have Bolt taxi here, and we have the orange tabard, the street taxis. What I will say to you is, if you use the orange tabard street taxis, number 1, make sure you know that they know where you're going. So you may need to show them on the phone so there's no misunderstanding. They go off in a different direction, expect you to pay for it. Number 2, you pay when you get there. You don't pay him before you get on. And number 3, I've forgotten what number 3 was now. Oh yeah, negotiate the price. Negotiate the price, because whatever price they give you to start with, just say to them, say, oh, pang mark cab, pang. And you can just, which means it's expensive. Like, can you have a discount? Say, me lot, lot means discount. And so you can be nice and polite and say, P cab, me lot, noi cab, which means, excuse me, can I have some discount, please? And it's very nice. And see what you can do. If you can negotiate a discount and you're happy paying it and they know where you're going, well then do it, no dramas whatsoever. But we do have Bolt. And I have no allegiance to Bolt whatsoever. I don't get commission or anything like that. I had someone say to me the other day, oh, I bet you get commission publicising Bolt. Behave yourself. Anyway, so the point being with Bolt is an app on your phone. It's brilliant. It tells them where you want to go. It tells them where you are to be picked up. The prices are always less than the orange tabards. It's a very, very good service, a complete service. I've never had a problem. I've heard a few people say they've had problems, but you know, in the grand scale of things, in the thousands of journeys that they do every day, I think having a few misunderstandings is not really the end of the world. But for me as an individual, I haven't had any. So please, guys, if you are looking for a taxi, use a Bolt. And if you're drunk, use a Bolt and get a car. Don't fall off the motorbike, guys, because if you fall off the motorbike and you're smashed, you know, number 1, you got damage to the bike, that's going to be paid for. Number 2, you got hospital fees. And number 3, it's going to really just, you know, do your holiday. And so please, if you are leathered, get a car. He knows where you're going. You can fall asleep. He'll wake you up when you get there and says, come on, boss, we're there at your hotel now. Give me some money and go to sleep. And happy days. Number 9, and this one's a bit tongue-in-cheek, but number 9, don't make any plans. The amount of people that come out here and say, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and then I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And I see him a few weeks later and I'm like, hey, how's your holiday going? Yeah, brilliant. Oh, did you go to something? No, I haven't been. Why is it? Oh, mate, no, I've just been out having fun. Don't make plans, because if you make your plans, unless there's something really specific that you definitely want to go to or you definitely want to experience, you know, plans go out the window here. Even now, after 10 years, you know, I try and make plans, but they change all the time. And you're going to be here, you're going to have a laugh. You might meet the new love of your life, or you might meet some new mates that you think, do you know what, he's a great guy, I wouldn't mind having a few beers with him and hanging out with him. All these kind of things happen. So if you do make plans, say, right, tomorrow I'm going to go and do this, and you go out in the afternoon, it all changes, you know. Don't make plans, guys. Just take each day as it comes. It really is good fun out here. There's so much to see, so much to do. You might be following my 90 minutes out of Pattaya series. You might just suddenly wake up one morning and think, oh, actually, I'm going to go and do this. Don't make the plans unless it's something you definitely need and want to do. Otherwise, just take it day by day and have fun. And the last one, number 10, and I'd like your comments on this one, guys. Don't tell your mates back home. And I laugh and I giggle about it because, do you know what? It's really weird. Like, the one thing that surprised me more so than anything else is the stigma that coming here carries. And, you know, even on the channel, I get all these people saying that, oh, you know, it's the hub of human trafficking and all this other rubbish they come out with. You know, at the end of the day, it's just beyond belief for me as an individual as to the stigma that this place carries. Because I've yet to see any guy walking down the road with a girl in a headlock kicking and screaming saying, come on, you're coming with me. I've not seen it. It doesn't happen, guys. It doesn't happen. You know, it's a mutual agreement. And it's something that happens, either that's what they want it to happen or no, they don't. I know so many, over the years I've met so many girls, particularly in the photography, you know, and a lot of these girls will tell me, oh no, if he does it, I not go. They don't need to go. They go because they want to go and because they're having fun with you. You're laughing, you're joking, you know, you're making them feel at ease. You're not trying to grope them every 2 seconds the minute you've met them, all the other stuff like that. So, you know, don't tell your mates, because the stigma that you get is phenomenal. It really is. It's just out of this world. And I don't know, maybe you guys can share. How do your friends and your family, do you tell them? Do you let them know, hey guys, guess where I'm going? You know, because you know what it's going to be like, that your mate's wife is going to call you a pervert, because that's what she thinks, and you know, she's beeping when she walks backwards, she's that wide. Your mate's saying, oh mate, what are you doing that for? Because really he doesn't want his wife to know secretly, he wishes he could come with you. But anyway, so yeah, so just, I don't know, do you tell you, let me say don't tell your mates, do you tell your mates? Do you say to your mates, this is where I'm going, to hell with it? Or do you say, well actually, I'm going over to Hong Kong or Philippines or Cambodia, but really you do a left turn, Clyde, and come here. All right, there you are. That's 10 little tidbits. I will bring a few more videos like this very soon. I've got quite a few requests and stuff to go through. I would like to say, guys, please, you know, I am not an expert in this city whatsoever. I just happen to have lived here a little bit, and maybe I've seen and experienced a few things myself, and seen and witnessed a few things happen around me. So, and one thing I've just forgotten now is jet skis. We'll come back to that another day. Don't do jet skis. Anyway, but yeah, you know, these are just a different thing to the channel, a little bit of breaking it up and showing you or talking to you about things that may or may not happen out here. And I don't want to spoil your holiday. And please, please, no matter the negative things I've gone through here, don't write it off. You know, at the end of the day, this is the same no matter where you are in the world. It just happens that I'm talking about this particular city. All right, there we go, guys. That's it for me. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Please, as always, remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Have a look, take a look, please, at our new website. The link is in the description below. Have a look on there. We've been busy putting a new website together, so have a look on that and see what you think. Check out our Discord group. It really is good now. It's got some great information. Things that we've been talking about today, you can ask in Discord, and people will happily answer you for you. Guys that have been here a lot longer than me, been coming a lot more years than me, you know, and know a lot more than me. So have a look in Discord. And if you'd like to support the channel, there is a link to the members area down below, and your support is much appreciated. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much indeed for watching. And please, as always, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.